What's up, guys? JP here, and this is going to be day 11 in my 31 Days of Horror video series. I'm having a lot of fun doing this, but it's also really challenging. I wasn't expecting it to be this hard. I keep messing up and not meeting the deadline of each day. I'm usually uploading sometime after midnight. The problem is I usually have the movie already watched and the two segments recorded. I just have been having trouble getting around to editing them and uploading them on time. I'm gonna try to be more consistent, but at least I'm getting them. I'm not missing. I'm still doing 31 days altogether, 31 movies, just not always on time. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is I'm picking a movie for today, day 11, and it is Halloween. I asked you guys if I should review the franchise for my 31 Days of Horror, and I got some mixed responses. So just because I'm doing the original Halloween does not mean I'm going to do the whole franchise. I just kind of really wanted to watch Halloween today. I just had that vibe of the how like October, and I really wanted to watch it. I've been patiently waiting. I usually watch it on Halloween, but I'm gonna watch it a little bit earlier this year, and I'll probably watch it again on Halloween too. You can never really watch this movie too many times. It's such a classic, one of the best ever made. So the Halloween series, Michael Myers. Uh, I was never a huge fan of this series. Growing up, I didn't really watch any of them. I was a huge Friday fan, and I loved the Elm Street series. Friday the 13th is still my favorite franchise of all time. My favorite horror franchise. I don't know what it was about the Halloween series that just never really interested me too much. I've watched parts of some of them here and there growing up. I really actually watched Season of the Witch a lot. But anyway, I never even seen the original Halloween until I never seen it all the way through, I should say, until sometime in high school. And much like Jaws, I was blown away and really kicking myself for never actually watching it because it's such an amazing movie. Um, but I just never really got into Michael Myers. I don't think he's not as interesting to me as like Jason or Freddy. I don't think he's as cool. I don't think he's as badass as Jason. I don't think he's as entertaining as Freddy. I just find him somewhere, right next to them too. The reason I'm talking about Freddy and Jason right now in this Halloween thing is because they're the big three. Everybody, the big three icons in horror. Freddy, Jason, and Michael, and it's always fun to talk about them together. Leatherface is close there, but not, he's not there with the big three. So yeah, Halloween. I never even watched the whole series until last October, where I finally watched Halloween 6 and Resurrection. And Resurrection is a terrible movie. I hate Resurrection. It's one of my least favorite movies of all time, least favorite horror films. Um, yeah, so I don't think I'm bashing Halloween or anything, or Michael Myers. I know how like the hardcore Halloween fans get. Sometimes they go crazy, um, about the film, which is fine with it's whatever. Um, but yeah, I do love the first film. It's in my top 10 favorite horror films. I think it's an incredibly well made film. It's a great movie. I just never really got into it as much as the other ones. I would say that Halloween is probably the best made movie out of all the Fridays, all the Elm Streets, and all the Halloweens. The original Halloween's probably the best out of all the films together. It's not my favorite. Friday the 13th Part 4 is probably my favorite, but it's definitely probably the best. Anyway, this is a long intro for the Halloween film. The original Halloween movie. Basically, because I know I'm not going to have much to talk about after I watch it because everything's been said. It's such a hard film to talk about and add something new. The best I can do is just give my honest opinions and, try to just maybe talk about my experiences with the film, which I'm doing right now. Yeah, Michael Myers, Halloween, fun times, and that's about it, guys. I went on too long. So see you guys after I watch it. Okay, guys. So Halloween. Just finished watching it. It came out in 1978. I feel ridiculous even giving a plot, but I always do it. So, um, Michael Myers has been in a mental hospital for 15 years after killing his sister and her boyfriend. He escapes and drives back to his hometown to stalk and, terrorize a group of teenagers. That's basically the plot. I always found it weird that he drove. I don't know why. I don't know if anybody else did, but it really surprised me the first time I seen it in high school. I was like, it just didn't, I just never expected it. But anyway, Halloween is an awesome movie. From the opening title sequence when you first see like Mustafa Cod's name and then the pumpkin and the Halloween theme, it just sets the mood and it just automatically you just know you're about to have fun, you're about to enjoy the movie. And I said that Jason is more of a badass and awesome character to me, and Freddy is more entertaining. Michael Myers is definitely the more scary character here. Um, he's The whole movie is just it is a scary movie and it still holds up in that way. I think if I showed it to any one of my like little sisters or cousins or whatever who haven't seen it, I still think it would be really scary to them. Some of the scenes with the lighting, how it's really dark, and the Myers mask, some of those scenes are just really really creepy. um I don't know what to say about this movie. There's just tons of great moments in it. It's a great movie from the start to the end. Maybe it's a tad bit dated now with some of the dialogue between like Jamie Lee and like Annie and stuff, but I can look past that, and I'm sure I'm pretty sure everybody else can too. That's a minor, something really minor. um I will say I think that Jamie Lee Curtis is a bit overrated in my opinion. I think that don't get me wrong, she did an awesome job and a great performance and stuff, but I think that any of the final girls, any of the lead girls from any of the other like slashers around at the time, I think most of them could have done a pretty good job also. I never really saw what a lot of people see about Jamie Lee Curtis um, in this movie. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but somebody who I do think is amazing is Donald Pleasance, and I love the Loomis character. I love him throughout the entire series. He's probably one of my favorite parts about the movies. Um, I think that he always brought it, and uh, some of his lines were just the writing for his character in this movie it really shines. Some of his dialogue is just awesome, and his performance is just so great. Really memorable. Lines. The whole movie is just a great movie. Yeah, I keep saying that. I don't know. Everything else has been said. I like the way that the Myers character is in the first film. It's my favorite out of the series, and I just like the way that he moves and stands, and the type of character that he is. I don't know what else. There's really, I can't say anything else. I'm losing. I don't really have any more thoughts. I probably shouldn't have to say this, but it's a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10, an A plus, 100%, whatever you want to say. It's just a pretty perfect movie, and it started a whole entire genre. So that's my opinions, not necessarily a review, but my opinions on the Halloween film, the first one, 1978, John Carpenter classic. The music, the uh, cinematography, the everything, just everything is great about it, and that's it, guys. See you guys tomorrow.